Welcome back to Virgil and Grimm on the Fox News Channel. You're entering the No Spin Zone, where two of the nation's top political minds debate the facts and abolish the myths. I'm Virgil, and tonight we take apart the entire Dragon agenda. Are they really scaling it back, or are they just blowing smoke?
And I'm Grimm, here to remind you that where there's smoke, there's fire. And frankly, before we get into it, I'd like to note that the Harpy movement you support is just as flighty as the Dragons.
Well, it comes out swinging, look at that. Alright, well humor me for a moment then, since we're talking about flightiness. The fairies you allegedly support are throwing dust in our eyes on this whole issue of marriage. They want us to believe that it's natural for two fairies to get married, but the truth is they're destroying the American family. They want to take our children and suck their values into some sort of neverland. Well, I say never to fairies getting married.
Of course you say that. The judge your party appointed to legislate on this issue, what was his name?
Sphinx.
Sphinx, right. Judge Sphinx has been talking in riddles about the subject for weeks. Frankly, I don't think he has a nose for it.
Oh, don't worry. His claws are going to come out soon enough.
All 7 of the dwarves on the Supreme Court.
The dwarves are doing nothing but undermining our state legislature. They're axing every bill that lands on their anvil.
Well, you know what? The Balrog knew that bill would not pass. I told him it shall not.
The damn dwarves are just getting greedy. The fact is that they're in too deep, and the Furies are raising hell about
Those
it.
Furies, they drive me mad. The way they dealt with the ghost and zombie crisis.
Okay, that's a dead issue. You're trying to raise the issue of ghosts, you're raising zombies, but they're both just a dead issue. The ghost agenda was transparent from the beginning, and the zombies were hardly the brains of the operation.
Please, that is just the same narrow view we got from the Cyclops caucus, and I don't know what's got the Chimera's goat, but...
Grimm, the three heads of the Chimera all made clear that they've got the lion's share of the slippery issue by the horns.
We've heard that before, though, haven't we? We heard that from the Minotaur, and frankly, it was just as bullheaded then as it is now.
No, I think
it was a bunch of bull. The leprechaun budget
promised us a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. Okay, let's be honest. Leprechauns were short on luck, short on charm, and frankly just short.
I'm sorry, Virgil. I'm gonna have to stop you there. I'm getting a report that President Pegasus was hospitalized after a night of horsing around, but we can report that he's in stable condition.
Alright, well that's all the time we have anyway. The Mummy Report is up next, and I'm sure they want us to wrap things up. Good night settles upon the land.
And may you all live happily ever after.
Alright.
Jimmy!
Ja, Fraulein.
The Shantuzi wants a word.
Guten Abend, strange person. This is Dieter, Jimmy. What do you want?
Data, the time has come to repay your debt to the deep ones.
Gas!
We seek the plans for the Amiga device data. You must retrieve them.
Oi, that is what I do.
You two know that I'm still standing here, right?
And we're back!
Ah, suburbia. We will find Satan and bring him to justice.
Would you like to try my new fondue pot?
Would I? You scared, damn it. Give me your bed. Is this a ham sandwich? Action!
Taxi. Follow that car.
Next row. Yeah!
Controversy!
Suck on that guy, Richie! Give us a
You're
kiss!
not going to get awkward and domestically homoerotic, Andy.
Yeah, bro, fuck that shit!
Horrible suicide! He's found himself awake sitting on a toilet. There's just no way to be more hardcore than this. And all sorts of sound bites that seem far more exciting out of context and over the sound of a speedboat chase.
Something, Omega device. Something pricey Overlord something.
You're confused, I'm confused, the audience is confused.
Can our heroes save the world in time to prevent a rollicking musical finale set in a terrifying post-apocalyptic future? Find out in Podcast 207, Mr. Podcast's Neighborhood. Followed by Podcast 208, a rollicking musical finale set in a terrifying post-apocalyptic future.
Why I got the blues to get my brains talked down by an ancient terror of the deep blue. Oh, baby, it's cynical, it's in my ear, do-do-do-do-do. Human emotions, flash buttons to the color blue.